Alignment. Alignment. That's what we're talking about on this morning. Alignment. What do you mean by that? What I mean by that is it reminds me of when you take your car to get the wheels aligned. How do you come into alignment in your life? You do it. Well, I'll tell you when we get into the manna on this morning. Good morning, everybody. It's time for morning manna. It's time for morning manna, and I got a word for you on this morning. And here we go. Let me get here. There we go. Got to make some changes here. But anyhow, having some trouble with my X or Twitter account going live, but all the others are live and up and ready to go. This morning, how many of you have taken your vehicle to get aligned, the wheels aligned? And typically, if you get all four wheels aligned, and that's what you have to do, it's pretty pricey. It's not something that you can just run in and out. They have to put it on a machine. They have to do all of the things. And then on top of that, they got to make sure that all of the tires are balanced. And it's alignment. What about your life? What about your life? How do you come into alignment with what God has for you? How do you come into alignment with what God has for you? Well, going to greet some folk on this morning and then get into the manna, of course, on this morning. Happy Tuesday morning. I did not make the revival on last night. I will definitely be there tonight. I understand it was powerful. I saw some of it, folk laid out and all of that. Powerful word of God. It's a powerful woman of God that can preach. And tonight it's a different evangelist, and it's going to be great. Good morning, Ella. How are you on this morning? Ramona, how are you? Gerald, how are you? Elder Jan, how are you? Ann, how are you? Vicky, how are you doing on this morning? Patrice, how are you? Dan the man is in the house. Pasha, how are you? Deacon Joe, how you doing? Elder Mobley, how are you on this morning? Verena, how are you on this morning? LaVon, how are you? Vaughn, how are you on this morning? Here we go. Here we go. Wendy, how are you on this morning? Brother Nesbitt, how are you? Coach Dagny, how are you? Laura, how are you on this morning? Deborah is in the house on this morning. Good morning to all of you this morning. If you're just coming on, alignment. How do you bring your life into alignment with what God has for you and where God is trying to take you? Not only that, but how do you come into alignment with the community around you and all of these pieces? Jewel, how are you on this morning? Liz, how are you on this morning? Anna, how are you? Joel, how are you? Annette, how are you? Cynthia, how are you? Elder Sherry Mack, how are you on this morning? Dolores, my home girl, how are you in the house on this morning? We're talking about alignment. We're talking about alignment. How do you bring yourself into alignment with what God has for you? Let's jump right into that and get to this morning's manna.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day.
Alignment comes from this text, Lamentations 3:40. Let us examine our ways and test them. Yeah, bring them up to the rack, like I was saying on the car. And let us return to the Lord. Alignment. Alignment. The first thing you have to do is check the mirrors. Now, if you pay attention to when they align your car, some of you say, I just pull it in there, they take it, and I sit in the waiting room. And when they tell me it's done, I go to the cashier and I leave. Well, but if you look and see, sometimes they use mirrors to make sure that all of your wheels are aligned. What about your life? Self-reflection is the mirror of your soul, and it holds your life in that. You can't fix what you won't face. Jeremiah says, examine yourselves, not someone else. Leadership starts with looking inward before speaking outward. Sometimes your greatest growth comes from your greatest honesty with yourself. Check the mirrors. Second thing is this: test the motives. Test the motives. The text says, test them. That's lab language, car language for evaluate, inspect, question, wonder what is going on with your intentions. Not every motive, not every motive starts with God. Self-reflection helps you to separate what's God-led and what's ego-fed. Yeah. Before you make a decision, test the why behind it so you can come into alignment. Alignment. Check the mirror, test the motives, and then return to the original. What does the text say? The text says this: return to the Lord. Return to the Lord. Reflection isn't just diagnosis, it's direction. When the car is not in alignment, it will move either one way to the other if you take your hands off the steering wheel. You will feel it when you're driving. It will be a constant battle trying to keep it in the middle of the road. So it is with your life. Once you look the mirror, once you check your motives, then you can know, I'm going to drive straight here. So what's your takeaway? Your takeaway is this: the greatest breakthroughs start with honest self-evaluation so you can come into alignment. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tonight in the revival and in the morning with more morning manna. God bless you. Bye now. If you're not a member, please check it out. Our revival. Go online and check it out.